Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 2 of PGIM India Mutual Fund presents Live Mint, Amend, Adjust and Adapt. This is a series of high-powered discussions and analysis where we're trying to look at various success mantras in what is likely to be the new normal in the post-COVID world. Now, I'm Vikram Chandra, founder of Heritage. Today, we're going to be looking at the topic of health and well-being. And obviously, in the middle of coronavirus, I think all of us are thinking about our health a lot more than we ever really want to be doing. I know that many have been telling people all these years, save up for a rainy day. Some people may have done it. A lot of people, unfortunately, haven't done it. And this is as bad a rainy day as you could have ever imagined. A lot of people without their livelihood, without a job, MSMEs that are struggling, not knowing how to pay their bills. It's actually been a very, very tough period. What is the sort of insight that you're getting? How many people are facing, to your mind, severe financial stress to go with whatever other physical stress and mental stress that we were just talking about?
So it's quite, Vikram, across the board. I don't think that there have been any specific studies done in the last maybe 100 days to exactly pin down, what is that stress and how many people are going through it. Of course, we see the migrants walking back home, and you know that a large segment of people have been affected there on one side. And, just to put it in perspective, out of 130 crore population that we have in India, about 44 to 47 crore is the working population. And almost 50% of them earn 5,000 rupees a month. And because most of them could be casual laborers as well. And that's where the impact has been, maximum. So the stress is real, and it's human endeavor really to try and control your circumstances, and financial circumstances do lead a lot to stress. For PGIM India, It would be clear-cut. See, you are 100% correct in saying that there were a certain section of the population which is obviously going through a lot of financial stress. And I think a lot of the government's efforts were also aimed at them, right? Make sure that 800 million people have food and some sort of ration is taken care of, and there's a visible concern. But it is also possible that there will be some people right now who will be facing financial stress whom you wouldn't normally think or associate with financial stress. Restaurant owner, somebody who's got a small business, you think they're okay. They're middle class, they're maybe even upper middle class. Some of them may even be rich. And suddenly they are finding in these 3-4 months their business is shut down. They don't know how to pay their salaries. They have home loans to pay and all of that. So it is possible that the stress of that financial crisis is hitting people whom you normally wouldn't associate with financial problems. Yes, that's absolutely true. And, anecdotally, as we speak to people within our office and extended friend circles, you do hear about that kind of a stress that people are being with. One aspect of financial well-being and financial security, Vikram, that we came across as an insight is that people who are in joint families feel more financially secure than those who aren't in those large families. Of course, nuclear families are a thing now, urban living. But this was one aspect that came through in our study, that if you're connected to your family, if you're connected to a larger circle of your close family, you do get a feeling of better financial security than if you're alone and trying to manage all of this.
Ajit, let me just get some final thoughts from you. Which way do you think this is going to eventually shape us? And, this is a very interesting thought process, whether we'll all end up being, in some way, as individuals, as humans, our long-term well-being, our long-term, how we will adjust ourselves to whatever is happening, and how we will adapt to the changes that have been brought about it. What is your sense? Will we eventually have a better work-life balance? Will we eventually have less, insecurity about life? We tell ourselves we've been through COVID. What else could happen?
Wherever we've been interacting with clients, Vikram, we've been telling them that just go with simple thumb rules of what you should be knowing about managing money. One that I like of Morgan Housel of the Collaborative Fund, he puts it very simply to say, spend less than you earn, save the difference, invest in a diversified set of solutions, have patience. That's like a 4-step rule of saying that that's what you take. I do think that, one step before that is to realize that there is a sequence to financial well-being. As you start off work, for instance, it is always insurance and protection that is the first step, because you are trying to, you don't have big savings with you. So you're trying to make sure that if something happens to you, your family is not left with loans and, other liabilities. So you take care of your insurance first. The next step, as your savings do increase a little bit, is to create an emergency fund. And I think the need for an emergency fund has been felt the maximum with this crisis upon a lot of people. I talk to a lot of my advisor friends, and they say this is the conversation that they're having, that let's have an emergency fund. And then you the third step into investing or wealth transfer, making your will and things like that.
So those are some simple lessons for financial well-being to think about during these months of coronavirus and pandemic.